Good morning. It's time to call to order the December 17th meeting of the Oklahoma City Airport Trust. First item on the agenda is to approve the minutes of the November 19th, 2015 Oklahoma City Airport Trust.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Seeing none, please cast your votes. And is approved. Next up, the Director's Report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, everyone. For my report this morning, I do want to recall a few months ago when we came to you and we told you that we were going to be instituting a music program at Will Rogers World Airport. And we have done that, and we've been underway with this program for about 3 weeks now, and we've had musicians on a weekly basis, and it really highlights the amazing talent that we have in the Oklahoma City area specifically and throughout Oklahoma. So it's a great avenue to show that talent. This morning, I asked Josh Ryan to put together a little video so you can see a little bit of what's been happening at the airport the last 3 weeks. I will let you know that if you recall in our presentation, we have named our program Jet Sets, and it kind of comes from two concepts. One is a lot of people who fly a lot are called jet setters, and then also the common industry term in music called a set of music. So, Josh, you want to roll this, please? Thank you. Thanks, Josh. So just a little taste of what's been going on, and we're getting a lot of good feedback from the public on this. The stage that we have is right by the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, and if you notice, the backdrop of the stage has a lot of iconic images of Oklahoma City. It has the Devon Building, the Myriad Gardens, river boats, and other things. And so we hope that when you fly, that hopefully you'll have a chance to see that music in action. Right now we're booking performances on Thursday and Friday afternoons, and we will be having bookings next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons, I believe, for Christmas week. Is that right, Karen? All 4 days, okay. And you can look at flyokc.com, and we have a calendar that projects out, and right now we have some bookings out through January. So if you're flying, you can look on our website, and maybe you'll be able to take advantage of some of the music. I want to thank Funnel Design Group, who helped us with the logo for Jet Sets, and also that did the backdrop. I think they did a really great job.
Comments from trustees?
I think that's a great program. I can't imagine if I was walking through an airport somewhere and saw live music, I'd be amazed. So that's great, Mark.
Recall we also partnered with Delaware North Companies that will also be offering performances in the new Cross Grain Brewhouse restaurant, and so they'll be doing those soon.
Thank you, sir. Moving along then, next on our agenda, Will Rogers World Airport.
Request approval for item A, which is to approve the amendment number 3 to the contract that we have with MacArthur Associated Consultants to replace the asphalt portions of taxiway C&G with concrete, adding $78,699. Item B is approving change order number 6 to the contract with Wind Construction for the terminal generator project, adding 33 days. C is approving the plans and project manual by Leidos Engineering for the exterior tile replacement project, advertising bids to be open January 26th. D is approving the plans and project manual by Frankfurt Short Bruiser for the Radar Training Facility Motor Control Center replacement project, Mike Monroney, authorizing bids to be open on January 26th. E is adopting the resolution to authorize the purchase of construction testing services for the project to replace asphalt portions of taxiway H with concrete, estimated amount $65,967. F is approving the plans and project manual submitted by Frankfurt Short Bruiser Associates for the Cargo Annex Building Upgrades project, bids to be open on January the 12th. G is adopting the resolution authorizing the purchase of a 25-ton air handling unit to support the cargo annex building project using city contract with Johnson Controls Incorporated, estimated amount $46,700. H is adopting the resolution authorizing the purchase and installation of some communications for the cargo annex building. This is with city contract telco supply company and an estimated amount of $93,073.70. I is approving amendment number 2 to the contract with ResTech Incorporated for our tunnel enhancement project, deducting $5,160, accepting the project. J is approving the plans and project manual by Frankfurt Short Bruce Associates for the Aviation Records Building Boiler Replacement Project, Mike Monroney, authorizing bids to be opened January 26th. K is a resolution to waive competitive bidding and authorize temporary installation and rental of a steam boiler for the MMAC's base maintenance building from United Mechanical, estimated amount $67,463. L, concur with the Consultant Review Committee and authorize negotiation of a contract with Leidos Engineering. This is a future project to reconstruct Station 2 and also evaluate the airport's moving walkways, escalators, and elevators at Will Rogers. M is change order number 14 to the contract with Terrace Global USA. This is for our checked baggage inspection system that we're just winding up, deducting $29,859.63, adding 42 days. We're also approving substantial completion. That's all under Will Rogers.
You've heard the items under Will Rogers that need approval, adoption, or concurrence. What is the desires of the trustees?
Second.
We have a motion to second. Any discussion? Please cast your votes. And it is so ordered. Wiley Post Airport and Clarence E. Page Airport.
The only item under general aviation is approve the agreement with J&R Engineering, LLC for 5 years, commencing upon the notice to proceed. This is subject to federal aviation approval, as J&R will be the technician for required maintenance and inspections of the automated weather observation system that was installed a few years ago at Page Airport. That's the only item for general aviation.
You've heard the item under general aviation.
Move approval.
We have a motion. A second. Any discussion or questions? Please cast your votes. And is so approved. Next on the agenda, general.
We're asking approval of the delinquent accounts receivable report, construction project status report, and the budget to actual report. Item B is to receive the Oklahoma City Airports Department's comprehensive annual financial report for the fiscal year ended June 30, 2015. And just a few highlights from that report I'd like to mention. Our net assets improved 2.1%. Net liabilities were down over 13%. We improved our net position for the trust 6.1%. Our operating expenses were basically flat compared to last fiscal year. And in the last few months, our bond ratings were reaffirmed by Moody's as A2 and Standard & Poor's as A+. Also, in association with the comprehensive financial report, the external auditor, BKD, did an audit on the airport's financial position, and there were no findings. So request approval for items A and B.
Thank you, Mark. We have a motion to approve. Second. Any discussion or questions? Please cast your votes. And is so approved. Lease and other agreements.
Request approval for item A, which is approving the supplement agreement to the lease with Sorb Technologies for the lease of building space number 4 at 5300 South Portland Avenue for 5 years. This is retroactive to November 1. Item B is approving the supplement lease agreement with Ttcb Limited Company. This is at Clarence E. Page Airport. We're extending the primary term of this lease for hangar rental and also using pavement for some T-hangars. Item C is accepting the assumption agreements and use guarantees for the sale of various T-hanger units. We have 3 that are on the agenda today. Item D is approving some lease agreements for individuals with aircraft hangar sites that store privately owned aircraft. We have 7 of those that we're approving today. And then last item E is approving the ground services agreements for 2 companies for ground transportation services at Will Rogers for 1 year. We're commencing these agreements on December 17th. Request approval for the leases and agreements, please.
Move approval.
A motion is second. Any questions? Please cast your votes. And it is so ordered. Roman numeral 8, adopting the requisition resolution dated December 17th, approving the requisition dated the same time, and also adopting the requisition dated December 17th, authorizing payment of requisitions dated December 17th.
Request approval.
A motion and a second.
Second.
Any questions? Seeing none, please cast your votes. And it is so done. We're now at the part of the agenda, comments from trustees. Hearing none, let me make a brief comment, Mark, and see if you agree with this. If a citizen has a suggestion or a concern about some of the operation of the airport, they can come before our meeting once a month, and items to be heard can be heard. Is that right? Yes. Okay. In the intervening time between trust meetings, what can they do?
Well, they can always contact airport staff directly, or we get some inquiries from our website. We have a Will Rogers website where inquiries come through, and each day those are scrubbed by our public information personnel, Karen Carney, Josh Ryan specifically, and those get brought to the appropriate staff's attention. Some complaints that we receive are not specific to airport operations or airport-controlled operations, but we sometimes get inquiries with regard to an experience a passenger may have had with an airline or the Transportation Security Administration, and we do whatever we can to try to get the parties together to either resolve the issue or try to answer some questions for them.
So if they have a concern, they need to call y'all.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, can I comment on that?
Sure can, sir.
Occasionally, I'm a pilot, and so occasionally I get contacts from people out at Wiley Post generally. And, you know, a lot of times people dealing with the airport or dealing with the city, it looks like they may think it's difficult to deal with and they don't know who to talk to. I'll get contacts like that, and generally I'll answer them and copy Mark on it and talk to Mark about it, and Mark's very responsive. And so, you know, I try not to have contact with them that Mark's not aware of, but if they feel free contacting one of us, then we can be a conduit for getting them to the right person as well.
Thank you, sir. Okay, any comments from staff? Any citizen wishing to be heard? Seeing none, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, we are adjourned.